This is my final presentation for EDU 802 through Central Michigan University. This semester, I completed a research project that explored traditional high school students' perceptions of the factors that contribute to or impede their successful completion of online courses. Virtual learning in high school educational settings is expanding dramatically. Dr. Joe Friedhoff, who's the executive director of the Michigan Virtual Learning Research Institute, estimated there to be over 7 million K-12 students enrolled in online courses nationwide in 2015. However, he went on to say that only 53% of those students successfully completed those courses. Therefore, I wanted to look at factors that might contribute to successful completion for high school students. My literature review looked at 5 different themes. The first was the trends of concurrent enrollment of brick and mortar high school students in online courses. The second theme looked at success and fail rates of students in online courses. In Michigan, the K-12 Virtual Learning Effectiveness Report in 2014 and 15 found that the success rate of high school students was slightly higher than the national average and was hovering around 60%. The school from which I took my sample for the survey has a success rate of 66% for students who are in online courses. Then I looked at student participation and factors that were related to student engagement, motivation, and achievement in their online courses. Millman did a study in 2011 of higher ed, but those factors looked at student factors, namely academic background, technology skills, time management skills, and students' ability to control their environment. The course design, so the institutional supports and interactions, and then environmental factors that were external of the course, including students' workload and life circumstances. The fourth part of my literature review looked at the courses themselves and the course design. Jones in 2009 built the music model, which was built to help students, to help course design be more motivational and engaging for students. And that model focuses on student empowerment to achieve, perceived usefulness of the knowledge that they learn, opportunities within the course for student success, the student interest in the knowledge that they learned, and then a sense that others care about the student and the student's success. And then finally, I looked at student preparedness. The Online Learning Readiness Scale was built in 2010 by Hung Chao Chen and Own, and I used this scale as the third part of my survey to help determine student readiness in 5 dimensions. So this study examined the relationship between demographic factors and student success in online courses, and then it also surveyed students to determine how students perceive their online courses compared to their face-to-face courses, and how students perceive their own self-efficacy and self-advocacy in their online courses. I had 3 research questions related to demographic factors, student perceptions of their online courses, and student perceptions of their own self-efficacy and self-advocacy in those courses. My methods included a 44-question survey in SurveyMonkey, and my sample was 30 students who were concurrently enrolled in online courses and attending a traditional brick-and-mortar high school. The demographics of my sample: 50% of the students were seniors in high school, 22 of the students who responded were female, 80% of the students self-reported as being white, and 80% of the students reported a non-weighted current GPA of between a 3.0 and 3.99. I used those demographic factors to answer research question number 1, looking at factors that might influence high school students' persistence in their online courses. Looking at the grade level of students, the average grade of upperclassmen was higher than the average grade of lowerclassmen. However, this difference was not significant, and therefore grade level of students is not related to the grades they earned in online courses. The average grade of white students was higher than the average grade of students of color, but again, this difference was found to be not significant, and so ethnicity did not have a play in the grades that students were earning in their online courses. Female students and transgender non-binary students earned a higher grade in their courses than male students. However, this also was not found to be significant, and so gender was not related to success in online courses. And finally, looking at current cumulative GPA of students to see if that could be used as a predictor of current earned grade in their online courses. A simple linear regression found that current GPA of students could not be used as a predictor of success in online courses. So for research question number 1, demographic factors, this study found that demographic factors did not have a significant relationship on student persistence in their online courses. Research question number 2 looked at student perceptions of their online courses compared to their brick and mortar courses. And overall, students' general perceptions were not positive. When looking at these numbers, I did not look at ambivalent answers. So students who rated neither disagree nor agree, I did not include those numbers. So these numbers are from just the ends of the Likert scale. 60% of students reported that their online courses were less interesting and less fun. 50% of students, and then later 66% in a reverse question, reported that their courses were more difficult online than their face-to-face courses. 53% reported there was more work in their online courses. 56% said that their online courses were more confusing. And then only 30% of students were satisfied with the speed of their instructor's response to questions and believed the response time was prompt. However, participants' perceptions of their online course instructor's effectiveness was better, with responses split 50-50 related to the effectiveness of their online instructor's response once they responded, and 56.7% of students did feel that their questions were effectively answered in their online courses. Looking at research question number 3 and student perceptions of their own self-efficacy and self-advocacy in their online courses, students were generally positive. They were highly confident in their ability to use the technology in their courses. They also reported confidence in carrying out their own study plan, directing their own learning progress, being able to seek out help, learning from their mistakes, being open to new ideas, having control of their own learning, being able to approach learning in their own way and at their own time. 70% of students believe that they themselves played an important role in their own learning. However, students responded that they did not actively seek assistance when they faced problems. 56.7% of participants reported that they did not manage their time well and that they were distracted online. 77% said that they did not set up their own learning goals. Students did not have higher expectations of themselves for their learning performance in their online courses. And although 53% of students said they were motivated to learn, 50% of students responded that they did not put their best effort into their online courses. So going back to the literature review pointed at demographic factors, but this study found no significant relationship between student demographics and student success in online courses. However, the literature review did talk about students being generally unsatisfied and needing prompt instructor responses and high interaction and high interest. And my survey found that there was a clear dissatisfaction with the content of their online courses, with over 60% of students saying that their online courses were less interesting, less fun, more difficult, more confusing, and more work. Related to perceptions of self, the literature points to issues related to equity and access, but my student sample showed no issues whatsoever related to equity and access. And in fact, students reported a very high level of control in their own learning and a high comfort level with technology. However, students reported that they did not manage their time well, they were often distracted, and they did not put their best effort into their courses. In essence, they reported a high level of motivation to succeed, but not a high level of motivation to actually do the work. Implications of the study for students, for school administration. The one implication was that the focus on equity and access to courses at a local level should maybe be shifted to a focus on helping students select highly interactive and high interest courses. And then for online course providers, instructor feedback and response time needs to be faster. Online courses need to be highly interactive with meaningful activities, and they need to be designed with the students in mind. Every attempt must be made to ensure that course design and course materials are clear, concise, and purposeful. Since so much of high school course delivery is moving to online spaces, it's imperative that we work to mitigate these factors of boredom and create interactive courses that appeal to the very best in our students, putting them in a position where they are motivated to excel. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, I look forward to responding.